What's up, guys? We are the Dudes of Cinema. I'm Cody.
I'm Scott.
Today, we're going to be bringing you our review of John Wick Chapter 2.
Woo!
This movie's directed by Chad Stahelski. I hope I said that right. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but he's a former stuntman, and so he really knows how to direct action. This movie stars Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Ian McShane.
Also co-stars Ruby Rose, Common, as he's known by.
Yeah, like, there's just a bunch of cool people in this movie. Morpheus and Neo back in a movie together, that's fucking awesome.
Like, fucking Common was just in Suicide Squad. So
yeah, exactly. To see him in this movie, like,
he's
fighting Keanu Reeves, it's awesome.
He's getting some good work, so...
Yeah, exactly. So it's really fun to see him. In this review, we're just going to go over some pros and cons. We're going to give you our overall score. This review is going to be spoiler-free. Don't worry, we're not going to ruin anything for you in case you haven't seen it yet. So with that out of the way, Scott, what did you like about John Wick Chapter 2?
John Wick Chapter 2 is fucking awesome, man. It was like everything I wanted it to be. Like, that's the beauty of these movies. It's not a brainless action movie, you know, because it actually has a good, like, tone. It has a good, like, story around it, you know, like, because John Wick and the universe they've built, it's like a universe. They have legit built their own world with John Wick now, and I love that.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Like, they really did a good job in, like, really expanding this world, you know what I mean? And, like, this organization that John Wick's a part of.
And showing how big it actually is.
Yeah, and I think that's what, exactly, and I think that's what makes it stand out from other action franchises, because there's a lot more attention to detail and characters in these movies. So, like, I mean, it really is a good franchise, and it's good to see that it didn't turn into, like, another Taken franchise.
Exactly.
I love the first Taken, but the other two aren't that great.
Good, no.
So it's like, I mean, it's really cool to see that, like, they really care about this universe and, like, making it, you know, just awesome and, like, stand out from, like, typical action movies.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, the performances are just great, you know? Like,
it's awesome knowing you're watching Keanu Reeves do 95% of his stunts. Like,
yeah, exactly, because he's done that since The Matrix.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy really knows. He's kind of like Tom Cruise. He knows how to do his own stunts. So it's really cool to see, like, the actors, not even just Keanu Reeves, but, like, Common and Ruby Rose. I noticed them, like, you could see them doing a lot of their own stunts.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's really awesome. I applaud the actors for, like, putting that much work into the stunt work.
And I also love Ian McShane's character in these movies.
Yeah.
Because he's, like, the go-to guy. Like, everyone goes to him. He knows what he's doing. Like, he knows the rules. He's the rule guy.
Because he's the hotel manager.
Exactly. I like his character. But Lawrence Fishburne, will get to him later because...
It was cool seeing him again.
It was a cool little
It was a nostalgia thing, but we will get to that later. Yeah. But overall, like, the performances were really good. You know, Ian McShane did have, you know, a lot of the comedy too. I mean, that's what I noticed about this movie. This movie's a lot funnier than the first one. You know what I mean? And, like, that's what I think set it apart from the first one, because the first one was really powerful and emotional.
And, like, well, because it tried to be more serious of a movie. But then if this one they knew they could maybe expand a little.
Yeah, because in a sense, like, John Wick's origin is kind of out of the way. You know, like, you know who John Wick is, you know what he can do. So it's like now you're just, like, seeing him kick ass. And it's really cool to see that. And, like, I was laughing a lot in this movie. The action is great as well. The action is just fantastic.
It's exactly how they said it in the trailer. It's so tactical. It's so good. Like,
it really is. Like, it's intense, and it's like it's filmed so well. The director is a former stuntman, so he knows how to film action.
All the explosions, all, like, the
hand-to-hand combat, everything.
It was done really well. You could tell he knew, like, the cuts that he was doing with the camera. It was done really well.
Yeah, he knew when to cut. He knew when to use kind of shaky cam, but there's very minimal amount, and it's not even. You can't even notice. You still know what's going on. Exactly, because most of the shots are wide shots of them just doing the stunts, and, like, I really praise the stunt team for that, because it was really on point. Like, the action in this one is just as good as the action in the first movie.
I agree. The story in this movie was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be, because the first one, it was, like, really good, but, you know, it's going to be hard to follow up that first one, because if you've seen the first John Wick, you know that story in that movie was enticing, it was powerful, it was emotional. You knew where John Wick was coming from. You could relate to his situation. Exactly.
You know what I mean? In this one, we're not going to give you any details, because, like, the trailers don't really give you that much detail into the plot, but I mean, like, it is still, you know, a good story. It's not, I wouldn't say it's as good as the first one.
It's just hard to follow the first one.
Yeah, but exactly, because the first one was done really well, and I think this one was more for, like, the world building as well, you know what I mean? Establishing this world and, like, expanding it.
Yeah.
And I think they did that really well. But yeah, in a way, the plot kind of ties into, like, some of the cons we have with this movie, and there's not many, but, like, I didn't feel the motivation for him going out on this killing spree was as powerful as it was in the first movie.
Yeah, you understood where he was coming from and why he had to do it more in the first one.
Yeah, like, it's just a dog or a car, but you got it. You understood why.
You understood why.
Like, it was great. And, like, this one, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't as, like, emotionally
It didn't
powerful.
grip me as much. I'll also say Lawrence Fishburne, I love the guy, but he did not need to be in this movie flat straight up.
To be honest, I have to agree. It helped expand the world a little bit.
Kinda, like, it gave you that other little view of like where this world is.
Yeah, like that more underground, exactly, I guess. But like maybe they're gonna do something with his character if they do a third movie. But
no, they're definitely doing a third one at the end of this movie. They clearly there's gonna be a third John.
Yeah, so I mean, if he is in the third one, then awesome. But like, I mean, maybe this was more just an introduction to his character.
As far as this movie, he did not need to be in.
If you cut out his entire role in this movie, it would still be the same movie. Nothing would be affected. I would say the last gripe we have with this movie is that, like, well, for me personally, is that I didn't feel that John Wick, as a character, was as vulnerable as he was in the first movie.
Yeah, you kind of just know, like in the first one, you kind of had a feeling that he might, not make it through this.
Exactly.
But in this one, there was no point in the movie. I was like, he's fucking John Wick.
He's like invincible. You know what I mean? In my opinion, he was like borderline invincible. You know what I mean? In the first movie, like he felt. I mean, obviously there were some things even in the first movie that kind of stretched the boundaries of realism,
but not that much.
Not that much. But like in this one, like he just didn't feel as vulnerable to me. Like in the first movie, I mean, there were some times where he genuinely got his ass kicked.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And like in this one, I felt like he was more of just like an action hero badass. But I mean, it was still awesome to watch. It was such a fun movie. I mean,
and one word, everyone.
One word.
Pencil. That is all.
That's it. That's all we're going to say. So go experience it for yourself. But yeah, guys, in terms of scores, I'm going to have to give John Wick a solid 8.5 out of 10. It was a really fun action movie. I don't think it was quite up there with the first John Wick to me because I love John Wick. I love that movie.
John Wick 1's a solid
it's an amazing action movie. It's a solid A. You're going to have a lot of fun watching it. A lot of great action. Honestly, a lot of comedy too that adds a lot to the movie as well. So
I agree.
That's my score, Scott. What about you?
I'm not too far off, man. 8.6. I really did enjoy this movie. I was going into it. I wanted to see a good action, which I got. Good acting, I got. The action was awesome. Everybody's motivation for being here wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but it was still, honestly, it was a good movie.
Yeah, it's a very fun time. It is a very fun time.
And it definitely lets you off for John Wick 3, so watch it.
It leaves you wanting more for sure. The third one is going to be intriguing for sure. I'm really excited to see like where they take this.
Yeah, in my opinion, it'll be like the last movie of this franchise.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a solid trilogy, have a good solid ending to it.
Keep it there, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would be great if you can just go out with a third just banger. You know what I mean? Just a third fun action
banger.
But yeah, guys, that is our review of John Wick Chapter 2. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below if you've seen it. Please don't give away any spoilers for those who haven't.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts. Have you seen it yet? It's a fun movie, guys. Please go see it.
Go see it, baby.
Throw us a like and subscribe for more. And with that, we are the Dudes of Cinema.